Hello and a very warm welcome to all students of Europe Hotel School. In my years supporting modern hotel operations, I've seen one system, again and again, that truly defines success at the front desk. It's the engine that drives everything. So today, we're going to master that engine, the property management system, or as you know it, the PMS.
First things first, let's stop thinking of the PMS as just a piece of software. It's so much more than that. It really is the hotel's operational heartbeat. Think about it. Every single reservation, every housekeeping update, every room service charge, it all pulses through this one central system. When you get this right, you create a completely seamless experience for everyone. But if you get it wrong, well, the entire operation feels the strain.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to walk through the 5 key pillars of PMS mastery. We'll start with understanding its role as the hotel's digital heartbeat. Then, we'll dive into that crucial balance between speed and precision. After that, we'll explore how you can use the PMS to actually craft an unforgettable guest experience. From there, we'll cover the really critical skills of maintaining trust and order through billing. And finally, we'll pull it all together to see what true, seamless professionalism really looks like. Let's get started.
Okay, let's start with the absolute foundation, the hotel's digital heartbeat. You see, understanding the PMS isn't just about learning which buttons to press. It's about achieving operational excellence. This system is the engine that will either create a smooth, welcoming experience for your guests or a chaotic, frustrating one. There's really no in-between.
As you can see, everything is connected. Housekeeping, the restaurant, maintenance, every single department's updates flow right into this central hub. What this does is create a single, real-time picture of the entire hotel. So when you master the PMS, you're not just a front desk agent anymore. You're more like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure every single section is perfectly in sync.
So now that we understand the system's role, let's talk about how we actually use it. This brings us to a fundamental challenge for every front office professional. It's like a tightrope walk between speed and precision. In a packed lobby, you absolutely have to be fast. But as we're about to see, being fast is pretty useless if you're not also flawless.
And there's a huge difference between rushing and being efficient. Rushing is panic. It's frantic clicking. That's the amateur's idea of speed. A professional, on the other hand, is all about focus and control. Real speed doesn't come from rushing. It comes from an economy of motion. It comes from knowing the system's logic, from using the shortcuts, and from getting it right the very first time, every time.
So, it's a critical question we all have to ask ourselves. You know the situation, the check-in line is long, the phone is ringing off the hook. What really happens when speed starts to overtake accuracy?
Well, the answer is a domino effect of failure. A single typo, just one wrong keystroke, can assign the wrong room, quote an incorrect rate, or even lose a booking entirely. And that one little mistake doesn't just affect that one guest. Oh no, it creates a chain reaction that disrupts housekeeping, holds up the entire check-in line, and wastes your colleagues' valuable time cleaning up a mess that never should have happened.
This comparison here just captures the two mindsets perfectly. The amateur assumes things are right and, in the process, creates problems. The professional, on the other hand, actively verifies everything with the guest, preventing problems before they can even start. It's the fundamental difference between creating chaos and building trust.
Now, once you've truly mastered that accuracy, you can move to the next level. This is where the PMS stops being a tool for just avoiding mistakes and starts becoming a tool for creating a little bit of magic. We're now talking about personalization, using the system to craft an experience that guests will never forget.
I want you to think of the PMS as the hotel's collective memory. It's probably the most powerful tool you have for building real loyalty. When you log a guest's preference, maybe it's a high-floor room, foam pillows, or their favorite newspaper, you're doing way more than just data entry. You're sending a message to that guest that says, "We remember you. You're not just a room number to us, you are valued here." So how do we capture this stuff effectively? Well, there are 3 simple rules. First, you always verify the preference directly with the guest. Second, you have to be specific. A note that just says, "likes quiet room" is pretty much useless, but a note that says, "prefers corner room, high floor, away from elevator," well, that's an actionable command. And third, you have to write with absolute clarity so that any colleague in any department can understand and fulfill that guest's need perfectly. And the result is the difference between these 2 scenarios. Poor notes lead to a frustrated guest who feels completely ignored. Excellent notes, on the other hand, lead to a delighted guest whose needs were met before they even had to ask. And that's the goal, right? Using the system for proactive service, not just reactive problem solving. This leads us right into an area where precision is absolutely non-negotiable: billing and troubleshooting. This is all about maintaining trust and order. It's about ensuring the financial side of a guest's stay is as seamless and perfect as the rest of their experience.
You have to understand, billing accuracy isn't just about getting the numbers right, it's the final test of a guest's trust in you and the hotel. Every single charge has to be correct. Every transaction must be transparent. The final bill a guest sees at checkout is their very last impression of your hotel's professionalism. Your job is to make it a perfect one.
But let's be realistic. Systems fail. Errors happen. Look at the difference in reaction, though. The amateur panics, and that often makes the problem even worse. The master, however, remains calm and gets to work troubleshooting. They think logically, they diagnose the issue, and they prevent a small glitch from becoming a major meltdown. That kind of composure under pressure, that's the hallmark of a true professional.
Okay, so we've covered operational flow, accuracy, personalization, and trust. Our final pillar is where we bring all of these elements together. This is the point where you evolve from someone who simply uses the PMS to someone who has truly mastered it. This is what we call seamless professionalism.
And this is the ultimate goal. It's that moment when the system becomes second nature to you, almost like breathing. You're no longer staring at the screen thinking about what to click next. Your focus shifts entirely to the person standing right in front of you. You can make real eye contact, have a genuine conversation, and build a human connection, all while your hands execute the tasks flawlessly. The technology just disappears.
It really is the perfect partnership. The technology provides the structure, the data, the logic. But you provide the soul. You provide the judgment needed to solve a unique problem, the empathy to read a guest's mood, and the warmth that makes them feel genuinely welcome. It's this fusion of technology and human touch that creates truly exceptional hospitality.
And ultimately, mastering the PMS elevates your entire professional identity. You become more efficient, more reliable, and frankly, an indispensable member of your team. You stop being a data entry clerk, and you become an information manager, a communication hub, and a direct driver of guest satisfaction and hotel revenue. So I'll leave you with this one question to carry with you throughout your careers. I want you to look at the system in front of you and always ask yourself, is this thing a barrier between me and my guest, or is it the bridge that connects us? Your answer to that question will define the kind of hospitality professional you become. Thank you.